What's going on, Washington Commanders fans? The first move of the Commanders offseason has been made. This is not a big move. Guys, don't come in here expecting anything major, but breaking news, the Commanders and right tackle Andrew Wylie have agreed to a 2-year, $7.5 million contract with upside to $10.5 million, keeping him a free agent that is now off the market. So he's going to be off the free agent market. Obviously, he was set up to head into free agency. Wylie has started 34 games in his 3 seasons with Washington and wanted to stay with the organization. A win-win deal for both sides. Make sure you guys smash the like button as you come on in. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed. So, this is an interesting move. I did not expect Andrew Wylie to be back. I really had never set my mind on him being back. I didn't think that Washington would go ahead and sign him, but they have decided to sign Andrew Wylie back to a contract. Andrew Wylie's been very reliable through his career. Like, that's the one thing that Wylie's been. He's been reliable through his career. Whenever Washington has a guy out, they need to bring a guy, in for a backup on the offensive line. It was Andrew Wylie that they called, and he's been a part of the bad teams here in Washington. He's been a part of the good teams here in Washington. It's just really been interesting to see him grow as a Commanders player. Andrew Wylie is a very interesting player. And so, obviously, 2-year deal here and $7.5 million. That's a pretty good deal. Like, you got him on a pretty good deal. Obviously, again, he was heading into free agency. He's now sticking around. He's either going to be an offensive tackle number 3 on this football team, or he could be the starting left guard if Chris Paul exits. What Wylie has done with this football team has been, good, but he's always been a backup. Like, he's always been a backup. He's never been a starter. And again, he's been around this team in the good times and in the bad times. Like, I remember the year we lost the Giants, it was rough. Like, the year we lost the Giants twice, it was rough. And he was always there. So he's been around this team for a while. He wanted to stay here in Washington, and it's good that he got his deal, his contract done. Again, this is a good backup depth piece to have. It's one less thing you have to do. This is the good thing about this move is it's one less thing that you have to do. You're not going to have to go out here and find another offensive tackle or find another depth piece. You're done looking. The offensive line is pretty much polished off and done. Wylie was never going to be a starter. But last year, you remember he was contending for starting spots on this offensive line. So he's been around this franchise, this organization for a while. And he's been contending for starting spots his whole career. Now, again, he hasn't always gotten those spots, but he's been contending for, those starting spots on this football team his whole career. And, he's had an interesting career here in Washington, and I'm glad that he wanted to stay, and I'm glad that they signed him to a contract. This is a little bit, it's a little bit interesting of a contract because it's interesting because it seems like a little bit too much money. $7.5 million upside of 10.5 just for a guy like Andrew Wylie. But if you looked at his previous contract, it was probably way less than that. And so maybe this happens to be a good contract. So make sure you guys smash that like button as you are joining in. Really helps me out. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you are new to this community. We are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Really appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Second piece of content today. So, this is interesting. I really, again, the money situation, like, I want to make it clear that I'm not mad at the Commanders for paying him this kind of money. Like, this is decent money for a backup, because that's really what he is. But, Wylie has received criticism. His first year in DC, he received criticism, but he eventually established himself. He's been a reliable, flexible piece on the offensive line. So he had 350 snaps at right guard this season. He had 875 snaps at right tackle in 2024. So a 2-year, $7.5 million contract has minimal downside. So this is a good move. 350 snaps at right guard this season, 875 snaps at right tackle in 2024. He's a reliable depth piece. And so this is a good move for the Washington Commanders. I'm confident in saying that. And this, again, this is what I said. Like, this is the first move of the Commanders offseason. This is the first move of the Commanders offseason. This is the move that gets everything going. If you guys remember correctly, there's 2 weeks until free agency. There's 2 weeks until the legal tampering period in the NFL. I'm glad we're getting things going now, starting off with right tackle Andrew Wylie. But the best part about Wylie, again, is that he's flexible. He plays a lot of positions. And also, again, another good part about this is he is able to whenever you need him. Whenever you need Andrew Wylie, he always fills in. He's always there. He always fills in, and he's always a guy that you can step in, and you can have him there. He's always that type of guy. He's 31 years old, by the way. So he is 31 years old. He's played on multiple NFL teams. He's 6'5", and he has 8 years in the NFL. So he's a veteran, and he's a veteran, and he gets his money. So with that said, let's get to the comment section. If you want to go to the front of the line of the comment section, super chats are the way to do that. Otherwise, I'll just read down real quick. Hail to the Commanders as always. Yes, sir. You know it. I ain't mad at it. Good move. Yeah, again, this is a good move. Like, this is a good move. This is a respectable move by Adam Peters. Again, he knew that he was like, you're trying to get stuff done. You know, you're not trying to have to worry about signing a guy like Andrew Wylie back. This is a back of the, this is a back of the field move. Like, this doesn't matter. This move is pretty much irrelevant. Pay him some money for 2 years, and you have your backup. You have a solid backup for the next few years, and that's the best part about this. And then you give him a chance. Go out there, earn some more money. That you give him a chance to do that. Like, that's really what this is. And so you got it done. And I couldn't be, more happy for Wylie. Again, he's been in the league for a little while. So that was a big question, though, that I had was, would he be re-signed? Was the team going to re-sign him? But they have decided to re-sign him. So you get a veteran guy back. You get a guy back that's been here for a little while. And so it is what it is. But they have agreed to a contract. Not too much money for a quality backup at 2 positions. Yeah, again, right guard, right tackle. Again, if you need to move him, not right guard, left guard. If you need to move him to another position, like, he can go out there and play those other positions. Like, he can go out there and be flexible. So that in itself owes him more money. It is just the fact that he can go out there and he can be able to play a whole bunch of different positions. That in itself earns him more money. That in itself earns him more money, earns him more opportunities. So his flexibility really does this team good. And I guess the Commanders wanted to keep him off of the free agent list. They wanted to keep him off. This is not a big move at all, though. I really just went live because this is the first move of the Commanders offseason. So I did want to let you guys know this. But awesome move. Good job, Commanders. Yeah. I don't know if this is an awesome move, but it's interesting. It will be interesting to see what Chris Paul's demands will be. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the same thing with Chris Paul. Like, we envision that Chris Paul is going to be here. I imagine that Chris Paul is going to be here. He was able to take Brandon Coleman's job from him, steal it, and then, obviously be able to be a starter for the rest of the year. And Chris Paul was solid. So, it'll be interesting, but I don't think he's going to, he's a guy that's going to sit back and he's going to, I think he kind of understands the situation. Like, he didn't do everything that he needed to do last year. He was okay. He came in, he filled in for us, but he doesn't deserve all that much money. He doesn't deserve all that much money yet. Like, he's still got to go out there and prove some things to us first. You got to go out there and prove some things first. But what Andrew Wylie had effectively done was, obviously he proved that he could be a solid veteran. He proved that he had a role on this team. Like, you're going to come in here whenever there's an injury. I'm going to fill in as a right guard. I'm going to fill in as a right tackle, and I'm going to play a bunch of those positions. And when you look at it, when I told you guys the snaps that he had played, it's interesting because when you look at it, all these years we've had injuries. All these years we've had injuries. We've had to have guys come in here and fill in. We've had to have guys come in here and backups play in those certain positions. I mean, these offensive linemen are going at it every game, and they're bound to be hurt. So Andrew Wylie's role, it just becomes more important. It just becomes more important. It becomes better every single year for him because he's going to get that time on the field. He's not just getting paid this type of money for no reason. Andrew Wylie's going to get that time on the field, and so it's going to be interesting. But we have 52 people in here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try and get up to like 30 likes in the stream. So that requires about half of y'all hitting the like button. Make sure you guys hit the like button in the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you are new around here, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel, bringing daily Commanders content on the road to 4,000. Any and all support would be greatly appreciated. Also, flood the comment section. The comments are your place to shine. So, let it be. What are your thoughts on this move? What are your thoughts on Andrew Wylie and him coming back to Washington? Again, this is a guy that's been here for a while, so I guess this is expected. But I was just thinking myself that he wasn't going to be resigned in free agency. So, right guard, right tackle. Yeah, those are the positions he played. Yeah, I forgot. So I knew that he played right tackle, but I forgot that he played guard a little bit. But yeah, those are interesting positions. He's lines up on the right side. He's also, like, believe it or not, he's also been a crucial part in helping Josh Connerly, I'm sure. So, we'll see. Keep the signings coming. Well, you can't, they're not going to sign too many more people on their own team, right? Like, I would love to have Marcus Mariota under contract, but he's not under contract yet. So, yeah, I think we got to sign a few more guys, but obviously you can't. Legal tampering period is in 2 weeks. So, we're not going to see these moves happen for 2 more weeks besides, if it's guys on the team. So, thanks for breaking the news. Anytime, man. This is the best thing. Like, I can't come and say I want to have a normal job. Like, this for me right now, this works, bro. It's a good way to make money. I love talking about this football team. The reason I started this was not to make any sort of money. I never envisioned making money. Yes, it's nice, but I really just come here to get my opinions off, and also this community. This community has actually, like, it's been crazy. I've made a lot of friends to this community, so you guys are the reason that I actually do this. So I just want to make y'all, know that, and breaking this type of news, like this move doesn't really matter, but I just come on here to hear your opinions. I want to see what you guys have to say about this. So yeah, no problem, man. Coleman is left guard and left tackle. Interesting, as opposed to a swing tackle. Yeah, is Coleman done though? Like, Coleman is, I feel like they are, I feel like Coleman is kind of, I think they're done. Like, I think Coleman's done here in Washington. Obviously he'll be back next year, but I mean, done is a crucial role. Like, he's going to play some, but him having a crucial role in this team, that's done. So Andrew Wylie, again, that's kind of like what Andrew Wylie was. Like, he had he had a crucial role at one point. He started a lot of games. He's played those snaps, but really his role on the team is nothing major. He's going to get in games this next season because he's going to be needed. There's going to be times where guys on the offensive line are injured, but his role in this team is not anything major. So, yeah. Here's draft. We need Jeremiah Love. Man, we could use a guy like Jeremiah Love. We need a guy like Jeremiah Love, but we need defense more. We need defense more. And so that is Jeremiah Love is a luxury pick, and we can't do that right now. This team is not good enough to have that happen. So I wish that we could get Jeremiah Love. This really seems like a Bijan Love type, or sorry, not Bijan Love, Bijan Robinson. Like this really seems like a really freaking good running back, but we can't get him because that's a luxury pick, and we can't make those type of moves right now. We need defensive guys. We need defensive guys. So that's where we're at with that. We need these defensive guys. We can't settle for a guy like Jeremiah Love. We have to get help on the defense. We have to do it. Now, again, some of this stuff depends on what free agency looks like, but we have to get help on this defense ASAP. So defense, Sonny Styles is my favorite. I've heard smoke, him, the Commanders. I would rather have a pure edge rusher. I don't think a linebacker makes too much sense. Obviously, we're not going to have Bobby Wagner starting, but I think we need an edge rusher type, not just a pure linebacker. But hey, we'll see what they decide to do. We have 68 people in here. Make sure you guys click the like button for me. That would really be appreciated. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed. And then make sure you flood the comment section. Let me hear all your thoughts and opinions. So the reason we originally came on, though, was because the Commanders and right tackle Andrew Wylie have agreed to a 2-year, $7.5 million contract with upside to $10.5 million, keeping him off the free agent market. That's the reason we originally came on. Now I'm just kind of chopping it up a little bit, but getting Love is like buying a BMW when you can't pay the rent. That's exactly the way to put it, actually. Like, that is a perfect way to put it. Getting a guy like him, like it's so valuable, it's so special, but like, man, we can't pay the rent. We can't pay the rent. We don't have it's a luxury. We can't pay the rent. We just can't do it, bro. So, man, like that's a great way to put it. You just can't pay the rent. You need a guy like that, but you just can't pay the rent. So, but guys, let me see. Sonny Styles also plays safety. Yes, I did see that. And that's good. That's good. That's a bad signing, Andrew Wylie. Why? Why is that a bad signing? You think the money? I'm guessing the money. Is that, I think that this contract is actually pretty solid for what he does. Again, I explained what he does, but he plays a bunch of different positions here. He's always, reliable when called on, and he always steps up. He's been around this team for a while, so I don't think it's a bad signing at all. I don't. But yes, an edge rusher is maybe a first pick. Yeah, I agree. So that was the last comment, though. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Sorry, this was a short stream, but I don't have a whole lot to say about Andrew Wylie. It's Monday. I don't want to talk your ear off. So that's going to do it for me. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel on the way out. Would really be appreciated if you would subscribe. Would really be appreciated if you would like up the stream as well. Really appreciate you, Rennell, for tuning in. He writes, "Hail to the Commanders" again. I was thinking trade back and get Sonny Styles and McNeil Warren. Yeah, they could do that. Like, there's a lot of options here. So I'm open to anything right now. My ears are open to anything right now. And I'll keep exploring these situations, but it's going to get interesting. I'll say that. So that's going to do it for me. Don't want to talk your ear off on a Monday. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love y'all. Hail to the Commanders as always. And as always,